Hey, welcome to the Real Talk with Coach Brandi episode. Make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast wherever you're listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe and notification bell. You don't want to miss an upload. I usually do the Real Talks on a podcast, but I thought it would be great to do it on YouTube as well. So here it is on YouTube. And if you're listening on a podcast, you can also watch it on YouTube as well. But I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, I'm going to be talking about client retention because I think so many times we talk a lot about how to get clients, right? How to market to the clients and all of these things. But how do you keep the ones that you already have? So I kind of want to talk about those things because that's really important as well. So, welcome to the Real Talk episode. Here we go. So, the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to client retention is wowing your client, like your first impression, right? So, what is your experience like when your client first books with you to when she arrives at the salon? To when she first sits in the chair and everything, right? You want to make sure that you go above and beyond. You want to make sure that your client experience is impeccable because this is like your first impression and this is your time to really show the client how great you are at what you do and really provide excellent customer service. I think this is very important and sometimes beauty professionals sleep on this. I've had a few experiences and I'll share one with you, and this is nothing against any beauty professionals, but I think we all can use correction. So I just want to just kind of share one of my experiences I had many years ago. So there was a popular hairstylist in my local area, and I had heard a lot about her. She really specialized in a particular like short hair, and I wanted to go to her. So she was high in demand and very popular. My friend went to her. So I said, okay, you got to give me her number. I want to book an appointment with this lady. So she gave me the number, and I think it took me like over a month to get in. I think she was booked out for at least 5 or 6 weeks, and I had to wait for my appointment. But I was excited and showed up on a day of my appointment. And her receptionist greeted me and everything, but she said, she's not quite here yet, and but the shampoo girl will be here shortly, and she'll, be washing and prepping your hair soon. So I said, okay. So she told me to have a seat. I had a seat, and the shampoo girl was kind of late. So I think I sat there for at least about 20 minutes or so before the shampoo girl even came in. And she kind of came in like a storm and barely spoke to me and, told me, to come over here and wash my hair very aggressively and fast and everything. And it wasn't pleasant. So it wasn't a pleasant experience getting my hair washed at all. So it started off to a rocky start. Okay. So I told you she was already 20 minutes late, and my stylist isn't even there yet. Now I'm at her salon. I'm the only person there. It was a receptionist when I got there. There was no one else in the salon when I arrived because I had an early morning appointment. I think my appointment was like at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday or something. I remember it was a weekday. Okay. So after that was over, she put like a cap on my head and told me I could have a seat over here and the stylist would be with me soon. So I waited a little while longer, and I think another 30 minutes went by. Finally, the stylist walks in. And did I know she was the stylist? Yes, because when she walked in as if she was a superstar, celebrity. Okay. I kid you not, guys. So when she walked in the salon, she didn't speak to me or anything. She came in, she spoke to the receptionist, she spoke to the her assistant, the lady who washed and blow dried my hair, or the lady who washed my hair and everything and set me. She spoke to her, and then that was it. And she came in. She had on like these very fancy shoes, and she had on a fur coat. And this was some years ago, and I'm from Detroit, so we do wear furs here. I don't, but some people do. So she had like a little fur coat on, and she was jazzy, right? And maybe that's why she was late for my appointment. But at this point, it's after 10 o'clock. Like it's well after 10. I've been waiting there a while. I already had to wait on the assistant, and that was a bad experience. But anyway, she's finally here. I'm excited. Hollywood has entered the room. So anyway, she asked me a few questions, and told me to have a seat, and I went and had a seat and everything. And she proceeded to do my hair. Now, while she was doing my hair, I was getting my hair cut, and I previously had color, and the color was growing out. I was growing the color out, and it was really like at the tips of my hair. Okay, so I was growing the color out, and I was getting a new cut from her, and she was cutting my hair and styling my hair. She asked me who I went to before and everything, and then she just told me, she was just like, chocolate girls like us don't need to wear blonde. Because I think I had like blonde tips. I was growing out the color. And she was like, chocolate girls like us don't need to wear blonde. I don't personally think it looks good. This isn't a good color for you. And she really went on and on. I guess she hated my color. And she was like, luckily you're getting a cut, so you really won't have much of it left. But, I don't recommend these types of colors on people of, darker complexions. And I was like, okay. So that was really interesting. And then it was just kind of like, I'm like, okay, I didn't really ask for your opinion. And that was a little bit like insulting, like telling me, I'm too dark for the color that I currently have in my hair. So I didn't really feel comfortable with that. But I just, she finished my hairstyle, and I finished up the appointment. My hair was beautiful. I did love my hair and what she did, and she was excellent with styling it and all of those things. But she was late, she was rude, and she was arrogant, honestly. And all my interactions with her during that appointment was very unpleasant. Okay. So even though my hair was beautiful and I got so many compliments, I never went back to that lady. Never went back. Okay. And years later, I found out she even went out of business. I don't even think she does hair anymore. I actually ran into her some years later in the mall, and I think she was doing something totally different, which was kind of interesting to me. But I shared that because first impressions is everything, right? And she was already like one of the highest priced stylists in my area. Okay. She was very popular and all of those things. And she was late to the appointment. I wasn't really addressed. She didn't even apologize for being late. So that left a bad taste in my mouth. So you want to make sure that when you are servicing clients, that you wow your clients. You don't ever want your client to feel like I felt that day. Like basically she didn't know me. She could have gave me a compliment, or she could have gave me a suggestion or a recommendation, or maybe even said like, I see you, most of your color is gone. Do you want to, cover it or cut it or whatever? Or, try to give me some type of recommendation in a way that was polite and not just saying that dark girls don't need to wear this color. I felt like it was inappropriate because I didn't know her. Like she wasn't my regular stylist yet. And for her to just kind of say that, and you were rude and you didn't apologize for being late, it was a bunch of red flags. So I never went back. We want to make sure that we wow the clients. We give them an excellent customer experience. So what are some ways that you could do that? Like, what is it like when they book you? Is it easy, simple enough to understand the booking process? And then once they get through the booking process, what's it like when they come to your salon or suite? Like, do you greet them? Do you offer them some water? Do you take their coat? Or is there something you give them, a refreshment or something? Like, what amenities do you have? How do you make them feel? Your client should feel like the most important person when they come into your establishment. So we want to make sure that we're wowing our clients, like, and we're providing excellent customer service, because you want her to come back. So do everything you can for her to come back, right? Wow her. So think of some ways that you can wow your client. And then another thing too, what was interesting, I want to tell you, she never followed up with me. I didn't receive a call, an email, or anything from her ever after the appointment. Neither did I ever go back. And that leads into my next tip, which is to follow up. With every new client, I recommend following up within the first 48 hours. Okay, you just did her hair. Follow up with her. Now, if you're super, super busy, then this could be something that you automate in an email. This can be something that you send in a text, depending on what service you use for your booking. Or you could just shoot them a call or something like, hey, it was great seeing you on Friday. And shoot them a call Monday, hoping they had a great weekend and thanking them for coming. and maybe giving them some recommendations or something like that. But don't be afraid to follow up with your clients and do what works for you. You can text them, you can email them, or you can call them, but whatever you decide to do, follow up with them within 48 hours of their appointment. It's important. You're their hairstylist. You just did their hair. Check on them. How are you loving your style? Maybe if they try something new, if they talk to you about different things, take notes. Maybe she told you, I'm cutting my hair today and I don't know how my husband's going to like it, but I love it and it makes me feel great. You ask her, like, hey, like, how did your husband like the hair? Like, how's everything going with your new style? Is there any information I can provide for you? But be of service. Check on her. Follow up with her. People really will remember you, because most beauty professionals do not do that, or they don't even figure out a way to do that, what I mean is like collecting the email, the phone number. So you definitely have to make sure you get their contact information, but you want to have some type of booking system in place anyway for that. So you should be collecting all that information, but make sure you follow up. There's power in the follow up. Okay. So the first one was you want to wow them. So you got to wow the client. The second one is follow up. So now the next one I would say is offer an incentive to rebook, right? So of course, when they're checking out, you've wowed them, you've made them feel great, you gave them a great experience. And when they've come in and you've followed up, you're going to follow up with them later, but you want to have them rebook and give them an incentive to rebook. So when they're checking out, definitely ask them, Mary, it was great seeing you today. We hope you love your hair, or we hope you love your makeup, or whatever service you provided for them. And then would let's go ahead and rebook your appointment today, and get them to rebook, but have like some type of incentive. Like if you rebook your next appointment today, you get 10% off of your next full service, appointment. So they would get 10% off of their next full service appointment if they rebook today. Or maybe if you rebook today, you get this bonus serum for your hair or something, right? Or a product or something, right? But find something, incentive for them to rebook. But either way it goes, ask them to rebook before they leave for sure. And if they get a type of style that requires maintenance, like say if they get extensions, usually extensions require some type of maintenance, or if they get color, maybe, some color might require some type of maintenance, then I would recommend a maintenance appointment. And that's a great way to go into their rebooking question and talking about having that conversation. But all in all, ask them to rebook, create some type of incentive for them to rebook. And this was my bonus one that I shared, because this is actually a post I created. If you follow me on Instagram, I am Brandi Taylor. This is a post that I created. So the bonus is what I would do. I used to do lash extensions and makeup and brows and all that stuff when I was an esthetician. And what I would do is I always would provide an aftercare card, just really telling my clients how to clean the lashes. And so I would give them a sample of my lash shampoo in there, a couple of spoolies, eyebrow spoolies, and that was like their aftercare kit. And it would have a card with instructions. And on the back of the card, of course, had my contact information as well. But then in addition to putting that aftercare kit in everyone's bag, I also would put new clients, I would give them like a mint or a lip balm, and maybe a Kleenex or a piece of gum or something. But I would put together, like, sometimes I did candy and goodies, it depended on what I had. But I usually got little trinkets, like a little mirror, a little lip gloss, or something I could give. And I would put it all in a cute little bag. I had these cute little bags with lashes on them that I got on Etsy. And I would put them in cute little bags and give it to every client. And it had a flyer in there, some information for referral as well. And that's a great way too, to give them something to remember you by. So you gave them some nice little goodies. People used to always love the lip balms that was in there, and the cute little mirror with my logo and everything on it. I always got comments, oh my God, it's a mirror. I need a mirror for my purse. And so it was something that people could use and remember, and it had my business name on it. So that's like another way to market your business. But these are some ways that you can get your clients to come back. It's very important. Sometimes we're always so focused on how to get clients, but how are you going to keep the ones that you already have? They say that it's like the 80-20 rule, right? So 80% of your revenue comes from your most frequent clients, like your top, 10 to 15 people that you service, right? So these are the people that are your repeat clients. That's where most of your revenue comes from in your business. And if that's the case, you want to make sure that you're taking care of the people who take care of you, the people who come to you already, the people who render your services. You want to take care of them. So as you're getting your people to come in, you want to find ways to wow them from the beginning so that you can keep them coming back. And you want to continue to do that. Like you want to continue to nurture that. I see often, you know how companies are, like say for your cell phone company, for example. So your cell phone company may give you like they may offer incentives for new people, like so like around the holidays, it's like you get buy one, get one free iPhones and all of that. But what about the people that's been with you for years? Is like you got to be a new customer, right? So they want to give all the incentives to the new customer. But I say as a service provider, give the incentives to your current clients. Those are your bread and butter. Those are the ones that come back every week, every 2 weeks, every month. So you want to make sure that you really take care of them. But those are some ways to make sure that you're retaining your clients and you keeping them coming back. Find ways to wow them, stay in touch with them, and go above and beyond. Provide excellent customer service. I hope that this was helpful for you. I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. Let me know what you're thinking. Connect with me. You can DM me on Instagram at I am Brandi Taylor. You can also check out my website, iambranditaylor.com, and make sure you're following the Business Beauty Network as well. Subscribe to our podcast. We really, really, appreciate you. Leave us a review on Apple, because the Apple reviews really help other people to find us. It's like one of the top podcasting platforms, but we're on pretty much all of them. Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, just to name a few. But make sure you leave us a review and let us know what you're thinking. I want to connect with you. I'll have all of the information on how to get in touch with me in the show notes. As always, stay great, and I'm out. Bye.